Hello friends, what is up and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title, today's video is going to be another foundation review. Apparently I love doing foundation reviews because I have done one recently on an Essence foundation, and then a while ago I also did one from Zoella. But today's foundation review is going to be on the Pretty Fresh Hydrating foundation from Colourpop. So I picked up this foundation a while ago, I think over the summer, and I haven't tried it out yet. So today's review is also a first impressions, and I'm also going to do a wear test and show you guys what it looks like by the end of the day and give you my final opinions. So if you guys remember, a couple months ago I filmed a trying new Colourpop makeup, and I did a full face first impressions, and in that video I tested out the new Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer, which looks like this. And in that video you can see that I really love this. It is very natural, but it is buildable to a light coverage, so I do really like that, but that is more for like everyday no makeup days, if that makes any sense. But now they also released the foundation version of it. So the description on the Colourpop website is that it's supposed to give you a natural, healthy looking skin with this skin perfecting medium buildable coverage foundation. It is available in 42 shades, which is a lot. That is absolutely amazing. It retails for $16, which again is not that bad. It comes with, let me check, 30 milliliters of product, so that is pretty standard. But yeah, I love the fact that it has 42 shades. There are a lot of darker shades as well. It is oil-free, vegan, dermatologically tested, and ideal for all skin types. So basically it is going to be a hydrating, healthy looking foundation with medium to buildable coverage. So I'm really excited to try it out. So it comes in a beautiful box, and then when you open it up, this is what the foundation looks like. So the bottle is really pretty. It is a glass bottle, which I really love. It comes with a pump. We love a good pump. A pump is very hygienic, however you want to pronounce that. So yeah, we love a good pump. And this foundation has hyaluronic acid in it, which is going to really moisturize your skin. So aside from it giving you coverage, it is also going to do something really good for your skin, which we love. We love makeup that also has benefits for your skin. I picked up the shade Medium 80 Warm. Now, as I mentioned, I picked it up during the summertime, so it might be a little bit too dark for me. We will see. The bottle has a frosted packaging, so it is really hard to see the actual shade. But let's hope it works. I also have the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer, which has the exact same packaging as the foundation. So that might be a little bit confusing, especially if you have a very light or fair shade. They look very similar. But I'm going to start off by applying a little bit of the primer on my face. Since it is from the same range, I'm just expecting it to work together very nicely, which is why I am applying this primer. I already tried out this primer in my last Colourpop video, where I mentioned that I do really like it. It is very hydrating, very hydrating. Alright, so now I'm going to apply the foundation on this side with a beauty blender and on this side with a brush. I'm just going to shake it up a little bit and then apply, I think, one full pump. Let's start off with that. So this is what that shade looks like. Yeah, that is going to be too dark. I can already tell that this is going to be way too dark, but let's try and make it work. So as I mentioned, on this side I'm using a brush. Oh my god, this is way too dark for me. Right off the bat I can tell that this foundation has amazing coverage. Like, wow, I wouldn't even need to build it up. Granted, I don't really like a full coverage, but this is like a good medium right off the bat without actually building it up. And I do really like the way it applies with a brush. I don't see any streaks, and it looks really beautiful. Oh my god, I am already in love with this foundation. Let me get a little bit closer. Yeah, I'm going to love this. So for the other side, I'm going to pick up this sponge. This also came with the Pretty Fresh range, so that is why I'm going to use this sponge. Let's see which side I like better. I like both sides, but the side with the brush definitely has more coverage. So if you're looking for like a full coverage, then I would suggest using a brush. But since I am not looking for a full coverage, I actually prefer the beauty blender. And one pump is definitely enough to cover your entire face. This is even a little bit too much for me on an everyday basis. But for the sake of this video, I did apply one pump. And I do have a couple of blemishes like right here in between my eyebrows and then also on my forehead. But it covered that really nicely. I don't even need to build it up. And once I blend it into my skin, the shade does work. Granted, it is still a little bit too dark for me at the moment. I am very pale right now, but as you can see, I can make it work. So this is what it looks like up close. Alright, for concealer, I'm also going to use the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer just to see how it blends in with the foundation. I picked up a new shade. This is the shade Light 50 Warm. I used the shade Light 45 Warm in my last Colourpop video, and I did really like the concealer. It was just a little bit too light for me, so I picked up a darker shade. This is the lightest shade. This is the darker shade I picked up. So let's hope this one works a little bit better. I can open it. That might be even a little bit too dark, of course. So I'm actually going to mix both concealers together, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of the lighter one and just add it in there, and then also maybe on the bridge of my nose and my chin to highlight. And taking the same blender, I'm going to blend that into my skin and into the foundation, which it does seem to blend in really nicely. Okay, I love this concealer. I love the way it works with the foundation, and it's not that you can tell where I applied the concealer versus where I applied the foundation. It just blends in seamlessly. So what I'm going to do now is finish up the rest of my face. I'm going to show you guys everything that I apply, but I'm just going to speed through it, and then I will come back at the end of the video to share my final thoughts. Okay guys, as you can see, my makeup is all done, and I have to admit I didn't have any issues. Everything applied beautifully on top of the foundation, and also I think that the end result looks really good. I love the way my skin looks. The foundation has a beautiful natural finish. It feels very hydrating on my skin. It doesn't feel like I have foundation on, which is what I really love. I don't like feeling my foundation sitting on my skin, and I definitely don't. But yeah, as you can see, it just looks very beautiful. There's just nothing bad I can say about it so far. The color does match me in the end. I mean, I could have gone with a color that is a little bit lighter, but it does work. I did set it with a little bit of powder because I always do that, but I didn't apply too much powder, and I think it looks very beautiful. So far the foundation definitely gets a thumbs up from me, and I also think it would work on a variety of skin types, whether you're dry or combination or oily. I think this foundation would actually work on you, so that is something that I really love about it. So far I am a huge fan of the foundation. I did sneak into other first impressions. So as you guys saw, I used the Wild Nothing eyeshadow palette, and it was the first time that I used it today. These are the shades on the inside, and I think the eyeshadow look turned out really beautiful. I love this palette. This palette is definitely more like spring themed, but I do love the look that I came up with. It is very simple, but I really love it. And then from the same collection, I also used the blush for the first time. This is called Terran Up My Heart, and it looks like this. It is a beautiful, beautiful blush. It looks really beautiful on the skin. I love the formula. I love the way it looks on my cheeks. So yeah, I did sneak into first impressions and I liked both of them. I also set my face with the Pretty Fresh Mist, again from the same range. And I do have to admit that it works perfectly with all of the other products from the range. So I do think that the Pretty Fresh range overall is really worth it, and the products work great together. But yeah, now I'm going to go about my day. It is now almost 1 in the afternoon, so I'm going to try and wear this foundation for as long as I can basically, and I will come back and give you guys my final opinions on it. Alright guys, I am here to do my final update. It is now 7:34 in the evening. So I have been wearing this foundation for a good 7 hours and I am ready to take it off and just chill for the night. But this is what my foundation looks like by the end of the day. I do think it still looks pretty good. The only thing that has rubbed off is the like concealer, I think, because I do look more tired than I did when I first started filming this video. But the foundation itself still looks very beautiful. It really warmed up to my skin and it just really looks like a beautiful foundation. It doesn't look too oily. It just lasted beautifully throughout the day and I am really happy with this foundation and I would highly recommend it. Alright, and that wraps up today's video. I really hope it was helpful. I hope you were able to decide whether or not to try out the foundation through my video. I have to admit, I really love it. I love the foundation and I would highly recommend it. It is affordable, cruelty-free, and again, it works for a lot of different skin types. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you like foundation reviews, then definitely give this video a thumbs up, and if you are not, then please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. I love you guys so much and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye!